Hi everyone. Today I'm going to share the results of the usability tests I conducted in collaboration with the University of Barcelona. And let's just say they roasted me kinda hard. But first, real quick, what is a usability test? It's basically a way to see how real users interact with your product. So you can understand what's working, what's confusing, and where things completely fall apart. So let's dive into the first task. The first task was about playing the tutorial, and the first thing they see is this view. You can see here it says tutorial, made by channels, and whole one of one. So if we hit start, you can see that in the tutorial it indicates you how to what are the actions that you have to do, right? For example, drag inside so you can aim and hit the ball, and then you could press next to see the next tutorial step, right? For example, now it tells you that you can drag outside in order to move the camera. And finally, it tells you that you can reset the camera through this button. And the last step is that it indicates you what is the meta of the mini golf game, which in this case is to reach the hole, right? Okay, now let's talk about what are the results. So now you can here see all the things that I evaluated and the problems we found. So first, can they aim, cancel, and shoot? Well, 100 from 17 samples, everyone seems that they did it. Can they control the shooting strength? They mean this? The answer is yes. Did they understand the objective of the game, which is reaching to the hole? Yes. Did they use the camera reset button? No. Only 5 out of 17% actually used the reset button. And then was the task completed? Yes, 17. And then we have the time and the average satisfaction. And finally, if they played mini golf, which kind of helped to understand why lots of things they managed to do it. Because one thing that they missed actually is to follow the tutorial. Why you say? Well, if we go here, we can see that the tutorial is under here. What is gonna happen? Well, so the first point is that we are actually making the test of mobile phone as that's the target. Well, it's where I will be releasing the game. So what problem do we have here? Why the people fail that much in just clicking this button? Well, the first thing is that, as you can see right now, I'm in the desktop in my computer, but the target of the game is actually for Android. So we are playing in the mobile phone. What happened in the mobile phone is that here you put the hands like this. What happens if you put the hands like that? Well, you're gonna like occlusion, the part of the tutorial, so they didn't even see the next button or the previous button. So they just didn't follow the tutorial. So as you can see here in the results, first, it's difficult to control the strength of the ball. Well, that's another issue. The tutorial text is annoying after being read. That's also another issue. Didn't see the next button in the tutorial. Shot delay is too long. Didn't see the next button in the tutorial again. App is not attractive, no style. Well, in this case, I have not started to make the style and everything prettier. This is just like a white box, so that feedback it doesn't actually count. They don't like the transactions, and well, we could actually see that nearly everyone did not miss the tutorial. That's why they didn't know that you can drag nor use this button to reset. So that's an issue we have to improve. Yes. So now let's go to the next task of the test. So the next task of the test was to play the first level. So they have to first find where it was. In this case, it was kind of easy. It was here. You go here and you set to click play. Here, a lot of people, they found kind of confusing this aspect, as they didn't know what does each thing mean. And also they did not see this hole 1 of 3, meaning that there's 3 holes. That's why they later complained about. And here we get more complaints about how you can't it's harder to shoot small imprecise shoots, because, well, in the computer it's easier, but in the phone you have your finger, it's actually harder to see and control the hit power. They also complained about the first label, as they said that it was too complicated, because, well, you'll see it right now, especially this level. They said that it was too complicated to be the first level, as they always hit inside the wall. They also said that it is actually confusing, as what is this? Is this water? Are we in the sky? Right? So yeah, that's another thing that we may fix by applying a better art style. Yeah, I kind of now understand the struggle. It could be kind of complicated. And that was the second task. So as you can see here, the second task was overall kinda okay. But the worst thing we could pinpoint is that they have no experience with the pets, which, as you can see here, they didn't even see this character. Wait. They didn't even see this character, which also appears here, because, well, in mobile phone, if you put the finger there, you're gonna just hide it, so they didn't see it. So yeah, they kinda didn't even know that they exist. So that's a thing that we have to improve. Here again, the background is unclear. They didn't know how many circuits there are in total, because they didn't read the first part, so we may add more indicators. The mascot or pet lacks presence. Yes. The bouncer is too small. Yes, that's due to art style issues. The third circuit is too frustrating for a first level. The delay between shots is too long. This doesn't count, as this was not part of the test. And then things like the goal was too small, it's hard to find the level, and other things to improve how we aim and shoot the ball. Okay, now we're entering the most juicing part of the game, which is the map creation. So I kind of created like 2 separate roles. Some people was going to be creators and the other consumers. The creators have to create levels and the consumers have to consume those levels. In the creator role, they have to create a map, for example, test, and they have to create a level with a map with 2 levels, and setting the par, which is the amount of expected hits to reach the goal, to 2 in the second level. And that was actually really hard if you don't know what you should be doing. So for example, in this case, since I'm the creator and I know what I'm actually doing, maybe not, but it was as easy as doing something like this. Then putting the goal here, going to walls, like this. Okay, they have to save it and then play the level. Like you go into hole 2 and set the part to 2. Okay, seems easy, right? Wrong. This was the worst test so far. As you can see here, everything is red. So, was the map creation section easy to find? Well, two people seems that it was kinda hard to find, but it's rather okay. Here, were they able to create a new map without problems? Well, here they didn't understand very much how creating a map was, because they confused that each map was a level. So that created this confusion. Did they understand how to use the editor interface? No. Um, a lot of people didn't even use the drawing modes, like single, multiple, etc., etc. Did they correctly configure the power of each level? No, they did not go here, and then wait, they don't go here, and then set the part of the second level to 2. They also were very frustrated, as if you hit here cancel, it cancels, but you hit save, it probably saves, but it doesn't close this menu, and they were very unsatisfied by that. I'm sorry. Okay, we did they use the history undo redo button? Well, it exists, but they complain that sometimes it doesn't work as expected. Did they manually save the map before exiting? That's okay. Did they know how to switch from build to test mode? That's okay. Were they able to move between level start points? It's this. They didn't use it, as they didn't even know how to that there was this feature. And task completely successfully? No. Lots of people did not complete the level, and the satisfaction was 2.2 out of 5. So very frustrating, very irritating. As you can see, button errors, hard lock after verification. So if you play in the verification mode, as I don't allow you to share the game if you have not completed the level, as otherwise it will be like impossible. It hardlocks, it doesn't allow you to reset or do anything. Yeah, that's some error that I made. They don't fully understand the new level concept. Painting errors do UI clicks. The drawing modes are confusing, and they did not even notice how that they exist. The interactions and drawing modes are kind of strange. They didn't know, well, the frustration about closing the power button, about the menu. And then we have frustrating. It's very counterintuitive, worse than Geometry Dash Creator. Okay, bro, chill. That was a, a big hit. I would say it was kind of well, yeah. I don't want to say anything about that. They recommend adding a tutorial and various usability issues, and also confusing buttons. Well, so this was the worst task. But then we have the next one, which is the sharing. So what would you do is to go here, click share, and then it says, hey, you have to first verify your level. And you say, okay, verify your level. So you have to actually complete your level before submitting. Otherwise, it doesn't allow you. Kind of bad. Well, maybe it's because the controls are shit. Okay, now the level is verified. Can exit. And yeah, here we have the soft lock. That's what they were complaining about. So I won't I won't say anything. It was entirely my fault. So here we can see now that it is verified, and you could go here and try to share, and what happens? It asks you to log in. Well, you have to first register and then log in. In this case, I already have well, now we are actually gonna do the task. In this case, you will do unhinged beacon at gmail.com. The password will be test 123, and the username will be con. Sign up. Now you have to go to your inbox, verify your account, and check status, and logged in successfully. So now I'm registered in, and I could share the map. A map uploaded successfully, and that's all. And now we could play the game online. Issues they found. Well, they said that one aspect of course is the soft locking. They didn't manage to make it work. They have trouble finding the share button, some people, and also lack of feedback when the map is shared. So in this case, it just changes the color. It doesn't allow you to change the name. But they say that at least we should have like a tag here indicating that it is shared or something. So well, overall it was okay. It had a punctuation of 3 stars out of 5, so it was okay. Now what we have is the consumers. The consumers, they have much easier tasks. In this case, they have to buy things in the shop. 2 things. In this case, a trail and a skin. So we will go here. We have infinite, lots of money. For example, we will buy like this paper roll. Then keep it. And we could buy a trail, which is this one, for example, or check this other one to see what we are actually trying. And that's all. That was the task. So as you can see here, this task was actually overall pretty good. They did everything. So it's green, they're satisfying 4.6. Other minor issues that they see is that they may need a pop-up when making a purchase, just in case. And not everyone interacted with this interactive part, as they did they did notice, but they didn't use it, as they say, okay, I buy this, and that's when the task ends. But well, we will say that overall this task was a success. Okay, and finally, let's go to the final task, which is to download those maps. Alright, so this is the search view. For example, I code this map test, right? And my username is uvcon. Oops. So we will go here and then search for test. Go. And here we have uvcon. So the task was to find a map of other people and then download it and then play it. So here we have the share level. And that's all. So this is how you complete the task, which also it is soft locked again. But now I'm gonna show you the results, and you will see that it was not as great as expected. As you can see here, the level of satisfaction was 2.85. Why? Because the search menu was not intuitive, the case-sensitive search is bad, and map is not listed after exiting and other things. like confusing filters, trending, or general levels. As you can see here, we have the Explore, which will show the trending levels. This is something that I did not implement yet, so that's okay. Here I put too many search buttons, and it made it confusing. Also, people were like searching in the mobile phone, so when they press enter, it didn't trigger anything. It just leave the text like right here instead of triggering some search. So that was also confusing. For example, if I search for test, it won't find anything unless it is exactly like this, right? Because it is different. This test than this test. So that should not be correct. We should find um, everything that more or less matches us. Then it will be like too hard to find exact maps. I just out of curiosity wanna see. Oh, a level that some people made. Yeah, okay. This was a level made by a student. Seems nice. Okay. Oh well, that's everything I have to say. That was all the tests that I have conducted. Since we don't have that much time, all the multiplayer aspect like this, in which you will host a game and then join by code and play with your friends, I think that this is not gonna be added in the release. Maybe in future iteration if the game is a success, which right now I'm not sure about it. I hope it is. In these next months, I will be working on improving all the errors we found through the usability testing, and also applying all the art style and music that the game does not have. So we are going to prepare to making the launch probably at the end of not April, but at the end of May. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you.